So what is the first, last, worst framework? This is something that asylum officers are taught to use when they're interviewing someone, an asylum applicant who's been through a lot. If someone has had a lot of incidents of harm or a lot of threats, sometimes there's just not time in an interview to go through every single one of them in detail. And so they'll say, look, I really want to focus on a few different things. I want you to tell me about the first time that you were harmed, like the very first time it happened. I want you to tell me about the last time, meaning like the most recent time. And then I want you to tell me about the worst time, the time that they sort of did the worst things to you. That was really the worst time. Maybe you were injured the worst. And sometimes the worst is the same as either the first or the last, but not always. But this is a framework that asylum officers are taught to use to sort of streamline an interview and get to understand the most important parts of your case if you've got a lot of things going on in your case. So if you in your declaration, if you talked about 15 different incidents of harm, you got attacked 15 times, at your interview, they might say, look, I know you've been through a lot, but I really want to focus first at least on 3 things. The first time you were harmed, the most recent time, i.e. last time, and the worst incident, the very time they harmed you the worst. And so I recommend that you basically memorize all the details that you can think of for every single incident of harm or threat. But really, if you have to prioritize, really focus on memorizing details and being fluent in speaking about and talking about the first time, the last time, and the worst time, because officers often do use this first, last, worst framework. As we can see on this comment on YouTube from one of our viewers, one of our fans said that they said it was very helpful during their interview and they won asylum. So keep that in mind. The first, last, worst framework.